Well, with the release of Black Panther Wakanda Forever, that officially means the end of Phase 4 in the MCU. And yes, I know the Guardians of the Galaxy Christmas special is coming out, but I need you to be completely honest with yourself. Do you care? The answer is no. You don't care. Now, the MCU may have very well concluded Phase 4 super strong with this masterclass of a movie, but don't have that be a trick to you. MCU Phase 4 was not that great. The same studio that brought you this masterclass of a Black Panther movie also a few months ago turned around and made Thor Love and Thunder. Also, a bunch of other mid too. So to put it bluntly, MCU Phase 4, you won't be missed. But we might as well rate everything that came out.
That girl, she got on my girl. That little girl that she got it. You better pop. Are you serious? I swear my money is serious. Okay, all my checks I just be clearing. She's on my dick that she get delirious. Okay, jump on the jet so I'm clearing. Okay, fuck, but I'm not talking new. Let's go. Okay, smoke that boy just like a cigarette. That boy try to make it bust.
Phase 4 is what people like to call the rebuilding phase, dealing with the aftermath of Thanos, trying to get every character back on track, dealing with the deaths and everything. And I would be a liar to say that Phase 4 was bad. Phase 4, by all means, was not bad. Phase 4 was mid. That shit is mid, and I'm not about to sit here and lie about it. I vividly remember I made a TikTok video saying that Shang-Chi and Spiderman No Way Home are fucking flukes. They can't do that shit again. Was I right? For the most part, yes. They made Wakanda Forever, and then everything else was mid, right? The comments was calling me stupid. They was calling me crazy dumb. They were in my comments like this. It's too early to say that in the face. Meanwhile, there was only 3 more projects that could come out when I said this. So what was gonna change? And then the other one was, it's the rebuilding phase. You can't say that. But I'm getting a little sidetracked, so let's just rate this fucking bullshit. I'm gonna do best to worst because I feel like that'll be a little less predictable because you already know what's on top. So, coming in at number 1 in the best spot possible for Phase 4, it's actually 2 things because I'm a very indecisive motherfucker and I can't pick one. We have... For Spider-Man No Way Home, I have a 30-minute video talking about why I love this movie. I will not iterate a single other point as to why I love this movie. If you want to see why it's in the number 1 spot, go watch that 29-minute video because I worked my ass off on it. Okay, got a little aggressive in the last clip. My bad. On to Black Panther though. There is a reason why I have Black Panther tied with Spider-Man No Way Home. It's actually, it's weird because I don't think that Black Panther is as good as Spider-Man No Way Home, or at least I don't enjoy it as much. But at the same time, I can't reasonably put it in a spot below Spider-Man No Way Home. So it's tied, but it's not. Man, fuck you, it's my list. I can do what I want. But to go deeper into Black Panther, this movie is a movie that deserves all the praise that it's been getting. It's crazy because this movie feels like they told Ryan, hey, all the stupid, corny shit that we do in the MCU, you ain't got to do none of that. Go out there, make the movie that you want, and that's exactly what he did. The movie turned out great because of it. The music, the action, the way they honored Chadwick, how good of a villain Namor is, and yes, he is a villain. I don't want to hear it from you fucking idiots trying to say that he's not. Oh, but Namor did almost nothing wrong. He flooded the kingdom and killed the queen. Alright, that's a villain. So I'm going to give Black Panther Wakanda Forever a 9 out of 10 and Spider-Man No Way Home a 10 out of 10. Are they on the same level? Are they the same rating? No. But are they... God damn it. Can't help but feel like that was something trying to silence me from sharing my opinion. But this is my channel, so I'm going to continue saying what I was going to say. Are they at the same rating? No. But are they tied in this list? Yes. Why? Because I said so. It's my list. Anyways, moving on to number 2. Action-wise, I think that this is the best that we've ever seen in the MCU because the fights in this movie were genuinely amazing. And then another front on being the best thing in the MCU, I think that this is the best origin movie that we've ever seen in the MCU too. Another great thing that this movie did was redeem the character of the Mandarin, because if you remember Mandarin in Iron Man 3, if that was supposed to be the character and they just left it at that, I would have put a pistol in my mouth just like this, and it would be the one that Ricky was in Walking Dead, and I will pull your fucking Anyways, the only thing that really holds this movie back is the corny, kookily MCU type humor, the He's right behind me, isn't he? Type of shit. Because, my God, is it bad at times in this movie. Especially Awkwafina. I remember what you did, bitch. You can't get away with this forever. Other than that, the movie's great. 8 out of 10. It just had bad humor from time to time. And trust me, it can get worse. Number 3, another tie because I am still very indecisive. Both shows have very good peaks and not the worst lows, but they are lows. Moon Knight as a show on its own is very good. Moon Knight as an adaptation, let's just say it's not the most popular thing on the internet. We go ahead and take it over to Loki. If you don't know, I hate bad endings. And that's not to say that Loki has a bad ending, but if something's like a 10 out of 10, I could be enjoying it all the way through. If it has a bad ending, it'll drop it to a 1 out of 10. I won't even say that I liked it at all. I'll lie and say it was dog shit the whole time. So Loki's ending wasn't bad. It was just lackluster, kind of disappointing. They met the guy in the chair, Kang, whatever you want to call him, talked for 30 minutes, and then Sylvie killed him. Oh yeah, she also like kissed herself, which is, let's not talk about it. If my other self looked like that, you know what? I'm not gonna. My point is the episode was disappointing and it didn't need to be that long. That shit could have been like 2 minutes, really. The only reason I'm not as hard on that ending as I could be is because without Sylvie doing that, we don't get Spider-Man No Way Home. And we all know how I feel about that movie, so congratulations, Sylvie. You saved your fucking show. And keeping up with the trend of mid-endings, let's talk about Moon Knight. When this show first started coming out, I was really enjoying it. It felt not crazy too much and mature, but it was the first time that the MCU started using blood like that. I was enjoying it. I enjoyed the pace of the show. When I was watching it, I was like, damn, the pacing of this show is really good. Then I realized this show only has like, what, 6 episodes? And I'm like, this is getting paced out like we have 12 or something. This is 6 episodes. We are on episode 5. I'm like, how are they going to fit all this into one episode that's not even really an hour? I'll tell you how. They'll cram everything into one fucking episode, and it's like one of the dumbest shits, dumbest, most rushed shit ever. I can't even finish a sentence. That's how much it fucking annoyed me. During the whole season, they were teasing like, oh yeah, there's a third person in there running around with the body, fucking around when Steven and Mark don't know. And they showed him in a post-credit scene. When I first saw it, I was like, oh yeah, that's cool. Then I thought about it. I was like, what? Why did you tease this like this was going to show up and be like a big part of the season? And then it was only like 5 seconds in a post-credit scene. Not to mention, in that same episode, things escalated to a point that we've never seen this show be capable of getting to. There was a giant bird skeleton fighting a crocodile next to a fucking pyramid. But hey, Steven had that one cool fight scene in this episode, so all is forgiven. Moon Knight and Loki, 7 out of 10. It only gets worse from here, so let's just fucking move on. I said it gets worse, and I don't even really know why. I actually quite enjoyed Hawkeye. I like the Christmas theme and everything. But overall, I've always liked Hawkeye as a character because he's just a nigga with a bow and arrow, and he fights aliens, and his fucking teammate is a fucking rage monster, a guy with a crazy suit of armor, nigga with a crazy shield, god of thunder, and he keeps up with them. That's literally so fucking cool to me. He doesn't even have a power. His whole thing is he just doesn't miss. That nigga don't miss. That's cool. So I already like Hawkeye. Then you throw in Haley Steinfeld.
Ooh! I'm about to buy.
So with me hyping up the characters like this so much, you would think like, why is this not like a 10 out of 10? The show was just, it was cool. They brought back Kingpin. The show was just, it was cool. It was a good show. It didn't do nothing crazy. It didn't do nothing bad. It's kind of just there. It's not mid because it's above average. It's a 7 out of 10. It's great. 7 out of 10. So the last 3 things that I talked about were 7 out of 10s, and this is a 7 out of 10 right here too, but it's like not on the same tier as them. This one's like a step below, but I can't make it a 6 out of 10 because the next thing that I'm going to talk about is truly a 6 out of 10 and actually deserves to be called that bad. Problem with this show is it touches on certain points that you really wouldn't expect a Disney Marvel show to like even mention, but it doesn't really go as deep into it as it could because it doesn't have enough time. It kind of just like grazes over them. Also, this scene.
The terrorists only set us back a bit.
You have to stop calling them terrorists.
Captain America, What the fuck do you mean we have to stop calling the terrorists terrorists? She blew up a building with people inside and said this is the only language they understand. That is a fucking terrorist. You know what? I'm done talking about the show before it actually drops to a 6 out of 10. Alright, here comes the beginning of the actual shit that I don't like, aka the bad shit. The way I describe this movie is a visually pleasing 6 out of 10 because quite frankly, everything outside the looks of this movie is bad. I was watching a movie and I was like, this isn't like the best thing ever, but it's not the end of the world. And I'll tell you the exact moment that took me out of the movie. Reed Richards showed up. John Krasinski, the fan casting that everybody wanted for months, and this is before everybody hated it out of nowhere, even though he only had 5 minutes. But anyways, he showed up. He's the smartest man ever. He announces himself as the smartest man ever. You know what he does? He tells Wanda that, hey, this guy standing next to me, this is the exact way to stop him. He knows that she's a reality warper. But he's like, hey, this is how you stop him. And she does. She kills everybody. She kills the Illuminati. It's a bad movie. I don't like this movie. I'm gonna move on now. When this show first started, it was the first thing Marvel related that we were getting in a while. And I was fairly enjoying it. It felt like it was something different. It felt new. It felt fresh. Then we got to a certain episode and Quicksilver showed up and everybody's like, whoa, Quicksilver's here. They're finally doing the X-Men with the MCU. He was a dick joke. 4 out of 10, that's all I'm saying about this show. Anyways, the stuff that we're about to talk about from here on out was so bad, I had to take a 12-hour break and wait until the sun came out so there at least is a little bit of positivity in this room. You know what's crazy? Instead of putting Black Widow in that transition spot, I put WandaVision there by accident again. I think that should tell you exactly how I feel about Black Widow as a movie. But we'll get to that. Trust me, we will. Anyways, Eternals, Black Widow, and Ms. Marvel all share the same slot. Now, what I will say about Ms. Marvel is, I didn't watch it. This is the first Marvel MCU thing that I just was like, I'm not gonna watch it. I've seen clips. The dialogue is the most kookily cringe bag shit I've ever seen. So I'm like, this will fit right in with this slot right here. You know, like, Iman, if you watching this, Ms. Marvel was my favorite anything in Marvel at all, you know what I'm saying? People just like negativity nowadays, and I want views, so I give people what they want. But for you, I always gotta be honest, you know what I'm saying? So Ms. Marvel was my favorite thing, you know what my Instagram is if you want to DM me. Anyways, let's get back on topic. Eternals. I'll give anybody $2 million if you can tell me one thing that happened in that movie. I don't even have to wait. I can't. The movie was forgettable. The only thing that people usually tell me is like, the girl ran really fast. What happened right after? You don't know. I know, because unfortunately I watched this movie. I don't know why I'm lying like that. I didn't watch that fucking movie for this video. I just remember the scene. She got knocked out like right after. That's the only thing that the cool half decent thing about this fucking movie. That movie's shit. It's not shit. It's a movie that's below average. It's below average mid. Like, I'm giving this shit like an easy 4 out of 10. That shit was not enjoyable. It was just boring. But like, it's not like it was a bad boring. It was just, it was mid, but it was worse than mid, but mid. I don't know how to explain it. For Black Widow, all I really have to say is Taskmaster. Actually, I was wrong. I have to say more because there are people who dislike Black Widow's Taskmaster, not because it was bad, but because it's a woman and it's bad. See, the thing is, I just think it's dog shit because I'm pretty sure the way that it worked in the movie, forgive me if I get it wrong, the movie's dog shit and I only watched it once and I was half paying attention because it was ass. It was some shit in the helmet and she had to watch a video and then the program helped her duplicate the fights instead of like in the comics where it's just in that nigga's cranium that he knows how to copy people. You know what I'm saying? That sucks. Overall, the movie was quite bad. Yelena, hard carry. Good Lord, Florence Pugh. If you wanna like DM me, that's fine too. You know what I'm saying? Now, finally, for the worst thing in Phase 4, possibly the worst thing in the MCU, we have... This movie is every bad thing that people say about the MCU, but you never actually see it in the MCU outside of like quick little moments in the movie. Bad CGI, bad story, bad director, and most importantly, bad jokes. Good Lord, this movie's unfunny. That "he's right behind me" joke was legitimately said in this movie by Thor Odinson. You know, the thing that upsets me about this movie so much and why it's such a letdown, for 2 movies, we got in a above average Thor movie, dog shit Thor movie. Taika comes in, gives us Thor Ragnarok, actually gives us a good Thor movie. It's an 8 out of 10 and above. I don't care what anybody says. It's an 8 out of 10. It's a good Thor movie. And we're like, damn, he's coming back for the next one. He's about to give us a heater. What does Taika do? He throws the most bullshit stuff at the screen. It's like, here's your movie. I'm being so serious. If I find out that Taika's coming back for the next Thor movie and I see him holding up a camera, I'm taking his fucking hands off. Jane Foster said, "Eat my hammer," in a serious situation. I don't like this movie. And you know what Taika gets for making this dog shit movie? He's with Tessa Thompson. He makes the worst movie ever and he gets a bad bitch off of it. See, this is him. Fuck this movie. This movie's dog shit. When I first gave my review about this movie on Twitter, if you want to see more movie reviews from me, go follow me on Twitter. I post those a lot over there. Anyways, when I first gave my review on Twitter about this movie, I gave it a 3 out of 10. This movie is not a 3 out of 10. This movie is a 1 out of 10. You are very lucky that I don't give it a 0 out of 10. I just like Norse mythology. I can't even say the word. That's how... Okay, anyways. I just like Thor. I like Norse mythology. This movie is everything that could be wrong with the MCU personified. This movie is bad. Alright? And that's how I'm gonna end it. That's how I'm gonna end it. This movie sucks. So, with that being said, thank you all for watching to the end of this video. If you enjoyed me recording myself instead of having gameplay in the background, let me know. I might do this more. Please let me know, because holding up my camera like this for so long is not fun. But anyways, with that being said, wait, I already said it, fuck. You're just gonna have to hear it again. Thank you all for watching to the end of this video. Stay safe, drink some water, and have yourselves a damn, I don't know what to do with my hands, I've never done this before, a damn good one.
My girl likes me, oh.